Responsibility, leadership. It is sine qua non for a leader to be genuine. He must know himself. He must control his emotion. He must be able to control himself, because if he cannot control himself, how one could be expected that he could control others? He has to put accent on emotion and relationship. He must avoid imitating others. And if it happened by accident, he would use an expert way to clarify the incident. Imitation is a form of plagiarism. In the academic and social environment, they considered plagiarism is a great offense. Imitation is a form of cheating. And the one who committed it could be punished. A leader must be a model. That's to say, to be equipped with a valid quality. He must prove to people that he is a respectable leader, so that the followers can follow him. He has to avoid being immoral. He must know how to communicate to his followers. Vulgarity could destroy him. Colossians 4, verse 5 and 6 tell us, walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, redeeming the time. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you answer each one. A leader who insults his followers is an immoral leader. He is a vulgar, an opportunist man. A leader who doesn't have a clear vision and direction is not a real leader. A leader who lacks interpersonal skill is a short-sighted leader. A leader who has impaired judgment is a psychopath leader. A leader who resists a new idea is an ineffective leader. Morality plays a key leadership role in the functioning of leadership. A leader who has no moral value is condemned to doom. He is leading him ruin himself. If the country has a moral and honest society, no one will follow that leader. An immoral leader can destroy his country in front of the international community. And since the political leaders use hypocrisy to protect its national interests, they will not show the disdain that they have for the immoral leader. They will flatter immoral leader by saying, "You are doing a good job." It is hypocrisy. "You are the leader that the country deserves," just to flatter him. They said that. They gave a fake accreditation to him. They blackmail him in order to protect the national interests of their countries. A leader who has no character cannot survive his leadership status. Corruption could be stopped or corrected. Maladministration could be improved. A bad relationship between leaders and followers could be corrected. However, problems of character can destroy a leader. In a country where morality and ethics are valued, people will not follow or support an immoral leader. A leader who has a low level of moral and ethical value. Romans 12, verse 3 says, "For I say, through the grace given to me, to everyone who's among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith." The responsibility of a leader is to ensure the survival of his people. The people cannot live only in the hope that one day the situation could be improved. And often, this hope leads to disappointment. Food is a basic need to live. A country cannot function if the people do not find something to satisfy his hunger. I wonder, how fares a leader or a president who runs a country and he cannot provide food to his people? A leader who is responsible, who is conscious, who takes his responsibility to heart, who loves his people, must feel really bad if he cannot meet the basic needs of his people. He must feel incompetent. And if he is a man of character, a man who's conscious about his incompetency, his weakness, he should have to resign. Unfortunately, many of them are unconscious. Political apprentices, selfishness, they will never give up their power, their position, because of their incompetence, because they knew they were not qualified for the position. They knew very well that they were taking the position or the power for personal needs to enrich themselves. With education, people can cross barriers, can find ways to meet their basic needs. A leader must know his priorities and form around him a competent team so that they could educate the people. Education is a force, a universal passport, freedom, the soul of the people. Incredibly, Morocco has a illiteracy rate of 47.7%, Haiti 50%, Mauritania 48.8%, Liberia 42.50%, just to name a few. How a political leaders of these countries can live with such shame? There was no need to break head to answer this question. Pure and simple. They do not have the power to improve the common interests, but they have the power to defend their pockets, to ensure the future of their children. They are really selfish. They act in the way that every man for himself and God for all. It is really the behavior of a bad leader. A true leader, a leader who loves another, acts differently. He cares about the interests of others. Verse Timothy 4, verse 12 tells us, "Let no one despise your youth, but an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in faith, in spirit, in purity." A leader is a captain of the cruise ship. The country that the leader is leading or running is like a ship that is navigating on the ocean. The leader is responsible for running the country, as the captain is responsible for directing the ship on the water. The people have chosen the leader to lead the country, and the captain to steer the ship. In case of failure, or sickness or famine. The leader alone is fully responsible for what's happened to the people. Or master the crew that has been chosen to lead, to drive. Moses was a great leader. He's accomplished his sports ardently. The Eternal has been chosen him to bring out the Israel people from Egypt in slavery. His leadership ability was demonstrated, his affection, the love that he had for his people, unlike with the leader of 21st century. Many of them are opportunism, who dress as leaders. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 13 and 14 says, "For such as false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ." And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. May God bless all. Thank you.